I'll leave it like this so that they can see the full deal, the full shot. How's it going, guys? It's not Friday night. It's not 8:30. It's not Free Speech Friday. It is, I guess, live from Starbase with Shannon.
Hey guys, how you doing? This is a first. This is a first.
The first. The first. We have hats. Look at this, right? We're like official. Even though we have nothing to do with SpaceX, we have the SpaceX hats. I do have the shirt though here.
Yes, he's got the new shirt. The
New
new
shirt.
shirt.
That's right. If you guys want to pick up some merch, go and check that out. Go to jCristina.com/shop.
Yeah.
Anyways, got to push that in, of course. So, before we get into tonight, thank you everyone for being here. Number one, thank you for being here. I just wanted to say what you're looking at on this side, on the one top right hand side of the screen. That is a camera that's pointing towards the beach, and as you can see, it is the broadcast cam. That is the mini.
The mini cam, because you can see the mini sitting right there. Yep.
You get the mini cam, and then the other screen, as you can see here, down below on the right-hand side, that is a camera that's currently pointing through that window at Mechazilla. Basically, that's it. You got pad A, pad B, and matter of fact, just so you guys can see this whole scene, you can see what it looks like. And yeah, this is how ad hoc it is. Hi,
Yes.
guys.
Yes.
Yes, as you can see, we have like a bazooka here. We have like another camera here. We got lighting over here. We have the another camera pointing this way, that way, and everywhere else. So maybe we'll put this together. Every once in a while, we'll pop it in so you guys can kind of see. But this is what's going on. Kind of threw this together really quick. We are on the 17th floor of this condo that's right next to. Let me change this back. Right next to the there's the shot. Oh, there we go. We go live. We go with the large shot. So as you can see there, it's Mechazilla, and you can see it. There's Pad A and Pad B. But we are right next door to Margaritaville. Absolutely beautiful. This is by far the best and highest shot, I think.
Well, I mean,
Pretty much.
there's floors higher, but I like
No,
this one.
but I'm saying,
Yes.
but
Yes.
in general, this is up there.
Yes.
This is definitely up there.
This is probably the best vantage point from South Padre Island, no doubt.
Yeah. And there's because there's nothing out the window. There's nothing there. So we can go on the balcony if we wanted to take some shots with the big lens and really tighten it up instead of going through the glass window. That works too. So, anyways, thank you guys for being here. If you have any questions for us, let us know. Put that at JCristina. It makes it really super simple. You could also probably look on your phone if there's any questions that
Yeah,
come
I
through.
can. It's a little out of reach, but yes, I can
You have
kind
that
of keep
plugged
an
in, or
eye.
yes?
Yeah, because I was dumb. We've been so busy, I forgot to charge my phone. So we'll let that charge up a
We'll
little
let it
bit. I can
charge for a
just
little
kind
bit.
of glance over it, and
Yeah.
if I catch something,
All right.
I will say something.
Yeah. So
Can you
we'll kind.
you can see the chat over
Yeah, I
there,
can
right?
see the
Okay,
chat.
but
We'll
it
kind
looks
of
where we
we'll
are.
kind of wrap it around this way a little
Sure,
bit.
sure, sure.
Um, Peter, thank you so. Oh my goodness, Peter comes in with 50 gifted memberships.
Hey, thank you, Peter.
Peter
Yes, 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 yes.
crushed it now. So if you got a free membership, say thank you to Peter. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Really does help a lot. This has been a very, let's say, eventful experience. We thought that we were going to be able to see the launch August 4th, and we knew that it wasn't going to happen even before we left the house.
We pretty much assumed it wasn't going to
Yeah.
happen, but we were pretty much committed at that time and decided that it was still going to be worth the trip coming here, seeing everything in person, getting some good videos, some good photos, and some good stories to go along with it.
Yeah. And we got, I think, all of it.
Yes.
Yeah. So yesterday we got in the truck and traveled to Starbase. Now, even though it's right there, I mean, you throw a rock, not necessarily, but it's right there. the way it's set up, it's like a peninsula, but two peninsulas, right? And in between the two is a seaport. So it's deep water in between, right? So there's no bridge. So to get from here, from Margaritaville, to Starbase, you literally have to go back to the mainland and then wrap back around and come down the other peninsula. So instead of it being like 10 minutes, probably from here to there, it is an hour to get there. An hour, guys, an hour. So, but it was very eventful. I mean, it was, we saw, and there's going to be a lot more video that I put out there in the next couple of days. We shot video right there, like a football field away from the OLM. That was just
Amazing, guys.
crazy,
Amazing. Yes.
crazy. We talked about this after the fact, and we're like, to be able to have no security clearance, right? Absolutely none. Being in a facility, literally on the doorstep of a
Yes.
facility,
Literally.
on the street, on the literally on the street of a facility that is, I would say, national defense type of
Sure.
facility. I mean, literally, the Starship is an ICBM, an intercontinental ballistic missile. I mean, so to speak. I mean, it's very easy. I mean, he can literally drop that in someone's back door if he wanted to,
Yes.
within what, a centimeter? Consider he can land it within a centimeter, so he can drop it on the back door of someone. So it's amazing that they allow us to be able to be there without any type of special clearance. And that, is an attestament to him and
Yes.
Elon and saying, listen, I want to open this to the public and allow people, and he said it many times, come out. Come take a look at what we're doing. You can stand on the street and literally see everything that's going on. And he's right. And no
Yeah.
one bothered us. There was not a
No.
single time. There was security
There
around.
was security, and I'm sure a lot of cameras that we didn't see.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we kind of knew what the rules were going in, and we followed the rules,
Right.
and nobody said anything. Didn't nobody said a word to us? So
Yeah.
yes,
Absolutely. So let me just real quick. Um, Let me know how number one audio is. I just want to make sure that our audio is sounding good so you can hear us well, before we get too deep in the woods and then later on to like, oh, there's an echo, or something. So while I say hello to everybody in the chat, let me know how the audio is. Can you hear us, and can you hear us well? Everything is good.
Mo says good.
Mo says good. That's good. All right. So who do we have here? We have Dutch Linux. Wayne is in the house. Chris. Shannon is here. Thank you, Shannon, for
I'm
being
here,
here.
guys.
Appreciate you. The Path to Maine is here. Who else? Who else is? Wolf. James is here. Greg, work harder. I like that. Work harder is here. Nice. Of course, we have Peter, all those gifted memberships. I can't believe it. That's a lot. Thank you so much, Peter, for that. That really is helpful. Who else do we have? David is in the house. Peter. Mo, of course, is here, one of our faithful moderators. Thank you, Mo, for being here. Phil Ross is here. George is in the house. There's a lot of you guys. Okay, so let me just check. How's audio? Audio, it's good. Audio is optimal. Audio is nominal. That would be good. Audio is nominal. All right, good, 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 good. So we'll be on with you guys for a while. Until we're absolutely deathly starving and we have to go eat.
We forgot to eat, and look at me. I'm the kind of guy who has to eat. So
We did forget to eat. Oh, look, guys. What do you think?
oh, look at that.
IFTX, guys.
JCristina.com/shop.
There you go.
Support the channel.
Support the channel. I love this. This is really cool. I
It
like it.
is.
I
It
like
is.
it. I figured IFTX just kind of makes sense, right? It just kind of makes sense. IFT10. So let's just hope this time it actually goes up, doesn't blow up between 6 and 8 minutes, and that bay door opens and we see the SpaceX Starlink version 3 duds or demos or samples get launched out, kind of like Pez dispenser opening up and shooting those out. That's what I want to see. And I also want to see how those heat tiles interact. Now, when I say heat tiles, I'm not talking about the ones that are passively cooled. I'm talking about the ones that are actively cooled that have some type of cooling that's happening behind them. That is what I want to see. So we'll see what ends up happening with that.
Yeah. And if I may interrupt you for a moment, you know
Absolutely.
what we forgot, right?
What's that?
That's smokiness.
Oh,
That's smokiness, guys.
you know how we say that we have fireside, right? So actually, um, Shannon's wonderful wife made us some fireside. I brought it with us, and Shannon wanted a cup to give it a taste. And I told him, if you like something smoky, you're going to like this. If you don't like something smoky, this is not for you. So cheers.
Cheers to you.
You tell me what you think. You smell it?
Oh,
You
it smells
smell it?
like a campfire, guys. He's right.
Just like that.
Wait for it. That's smokiness. Yes.
That's
It's
smokiness, guy.
actually not bad.
Smokiness.
It tastes like a, I mean, not bad campfire.
Yeah.
It takes me to a
Yeah, it
campfire.
kind
It
of it's
really
like that.
does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that now what I do with this is just plain. I like putting a little bit of honey in it. For me, I really like orange blossom honey,
Uh-huh.
and it really just kind of sets it off, and you get the sweetness and the smoky. Anyways, yeah, tea nerd,
Not a tea nerd,
not a tea nerd.
but he's teaching me.
Yeah, and I'm like the coffee nerd lately. I've been doing a
Yeah.
lot of espressos and cappuccinos and lattes, and I got the machine and the thing,
And
and
the bad coffee from the hotel.
yeah, yeah. We went into Margaritaville, and I ordered a latte, guys. Just long story short, the woman did the latte. I looked at what was going on. I'm like, they're not making the espresso. What are they doing? So she steamed the milk and everything, and then she got this canister and poured in the coffee, the espresso that they made in the morning. What? That is sacrilegious. You can't do that. How do you make an espresso like that? Anyways, yeah, I bought it. I gave her a really nice tip. I took 2 sips of it, and it went straight into the garbage in the same place. So that was it. Anyways, so
You want to recap yesterday's trip?
yeah, so yeah, I think that would
And
be
what
good.
both of our first impression was when we first saw Ship 37?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know what? You start with that. I'm gonna look in the chat.
Okay. All right,
No,
guys.
it's from the truck ride over.
So we jumped in the truck and we told Google to navigate to Starbase. We ended up
Yeah.
going, and it was a taco's fault, by the way. But we ended up going into Port Isabel, I believe it was, up to a guard gate, knowing it was the wrong way. But we knew whoever was there was going to steer us in the right way, of course. So we had to make a U-turn. Ended up trying to find some food before heading out there. So it's a long, bumpy road out to there. Just
Elon needs to work on the road.
Oh man, we need something better there. And I was saying afterwards on the way back, it's probably because all the big trucks. There's a constant flow of trucks going after big trucks. So those things rip up the road pretty easy. So as we're approaching, we get to see more and more as we're approaching. Oh, there's a tower. There's a tower. And suddenly in our view, where it was a booster and probably ship 38.
Yes.
And almost simultaneously, we both said that we thought it was gonna be bigger. So, and that was part of the experience. That's kind of
Yeah.
part of what we wanted to do was to, wrap our hands or arms around how massive this is, because it looks massive when we're watching it on TV, right? We thought it was going to be bigger.
Yeah.
We really did. It's big, don't get me wrong,
That's what she said.
but that's what she said.
Yeah. So
He stole my line. You guys will understand later.
just YOLO.
Anyway, I'm gonna let Joe pick up from here. So what we did was we headed all the way in because that road leads to a beach.
Yeah.
So we decided to park, and then
Yeah. So yeah, we part, and I have to reiterate that and just really push it hard. We thought it was going to be bigger. It really looks immense. Okay. Now I know the feet, I know the size, I know, but it doesn't matter because in your mind, when you see these images and they take a picture and it's like this shot from here, looking up, it's like, oh my God, it's a building size, and it kind of is a building
Yeah.
size. It is. It is very large. It is the largest rocket on the planet, but it's
It's
big.
not Space Needle tall.
Yeah,
No,
no,
like
it is not.
right.
It is not. It's not like, New York tall. So, but either which way, it was still magnificent. Just to see it, just how just I don't even because for me, I grew up with the space shuttle. So looking at that, it was completely different. I remember when we went down the road, we saw this thing that looked like a water tower. And I remember telling Shannon, I said, I think that's the hopper. He's like, what the frick, a hopper? What the frick is a hopper? What is a hopper? Like a hopper. And I'm like, yeah, I think that's the hopper. And we didn't say anything else about it until later on when we were like at the end of the day.
Right.
But sure damn enough, we looked it up and it was the hopper. Maybe I'll put a picture. I'm going to put matter of fact, look at the community page. I'm going to be posting a lot more pictures going forward because we're going to be heading out tomorrow. So, anyways, look at that community page. You'll see a lot of it. But it was the hopper. And I was explaining to Shannon, I'm like, that hopper literally looks like a video game that I used to play and Elon used to play back in the day, in the early 80s. In the 80s, when we used to play Lunar Lander. If you look at the game Lunar Lander, it's literally the hopper. And when you see the hopper do its first test flights where it goes up in the air and then it drops back down and lands successfully, not always, it is kind of bent up and beat up, but
Yeah.
that is how they started the whole idea of bringing back like a Falcon 9. How do you do it? Now you're not just hopping shit around, you're literally bringing it back from space, the edge of space, actually in space, and then back down to a vessel, an autonomous vessel at that, um, in the middle of the ocean, right? And then land within inches,
Yeah.
and then haul the thing back. So, but we did go down to the beach. So that's kind of where it all started at the beach. And once you get to the beach, as soon as you turn around, and you look, there is the OLM. So Shannon went, put his feet into the water, and I went on top of a dune, and that's where that short that you guys saw earlier today or yesterday, that's where I recorded it. Literally on the top of the dune. It's about maybe 100 yards from the OLM,
150.
150 yards from the OLM, but it's literally right there. And when you look at the pictures, I mean, you could like zoom in and look at bolts
Yeah.
like nuts, like it's crazy how close that we are
Yeah.
allowed to get. And like, I know for me, I almost felt like I was doing something wrong. Like I'm just waiting for all of a sudden, like,
That
like
helicopter
there's
start,
something,
start
like,
pointing him or
sir,
something.
you cannot be here, or something. It didn't happen. We just kept recording and kept on filming and putting together photos and whatnot. So, but we ended up getting to see them load in nitrogen, load in what else were they loading in?
Helium.
Helium.
Yeah. Nitrogen and
It wasn't the locks. They weren't doing locks. They were doing something else. Anyways, so they were loading in. I know the one that I think I got some video of. They were loading in the nitrogen, I think, right?
yeah.
Liquid nitrogen, and you could just see it just frozen up and
Venting.
venting the whole 9 yards. It was quite an experience just to see that, and literally be that close. We were saying, and I want your thoughts on
Sure.
this, when the rocket actually takes off and you look at the footage and you see those tanks, right? When you see those tanks of liquid oxygen, LOX, right? All that, you see those tanks, they look farther away, right?
Yeah.
They are literally on top of the damn fire. Like, I don't even know how they're as close as they are without exploding, but how close are they? And
Uh
from the OLM,
150 feet. No. I'm
from the ring to
yeah.
those tanks.
Gosh, man. If you really couldn't get elevated enough, And there is a big wall. But if I had to guess, and it's hard to guess, I would have to say 75 feet, 100 feet.
Could you imagine
It
that?
wasn't far at all. And we were when we were coming back from the beach, we were standing next to this sign that Joe was getting some what Joe was getting some videos like the only shade within miles out there. My
It
God.
is. It is.
And he's done, and I'm just kind of looking around, and I said, you know what, Joe? I said, if we were standing right here when that thing sucker launches, we're dead.
Yeah.
And then about a minute later, I started thinking about it. Well, wait a minute, that sign's been there forever, and it's not like blackened with from fire
Yeah.
or nothing. I'm like, well, no. And then that's when we went up to where those tanks were, and they've got a big concrete wall protecting them, from the well, called the fireside, right? And I'm thinking those things are way closer,
Yeah. It's
So
literally right
it,
on
I,
top of it.
it the deluge, is that
Yeah,
what it's called? That deluge system really confines
it
that
does. And then, of
blast.
course, you do have the blast trench, let's say, that
Yeah,
fire trench where it actually diverts the flames out this way, away from the tanks. It's just, I think it's amazing.
it,
I really
yeah,
do think that it is the amount of mathematics that goes into just the engineering point of the locational stuff of where things are to not be I can't I don't even know. I don't even know. I remember when they did this test on the OLM and they retrofitted it so that they can do the test fire that they just did on July 31st. They did a single Raptor engine and they blasted off like 500,000 gallons of water for the single Raptor engine. You couldn't even see the Raptor engine over all the water, right? And then the following day, they did six, I think it was Raptor engine. That time you can see it, but still, you're looking at 600,000 gallons of water just for this test. They retrofitted all that and the quick connects and all the lines and all of this stuff. They already have it all apart again.
yeah,
It's
um,
like it's ready to go again. I mean,
yeah. It's
pretty.
it's ready to go. But
We saw that the door is open. We can't zoom in on it right this second, but um, if you look back there, maybe I'll throw like something in there. Actually, we don't even have a shot of that. So if you look at the shot right now of the Mechazilla, let's just call it Mechazilla. We'll just get that. I think that's good. Or Pad A, Pad B. Let me see if we can get. Where would it be? This cam, no. Let's see. This one here. Okay, so if you take a look at that shot, so this is what we're seeing right now. So if you take a look at this shot, to the right hand side of that is where you would have the bay. I wonder if I can. Let me see, guys. Ooh, that's. Let me see if I can even get over there from here. Can we? Oh no, it's not. No, I can't get
no,
over.
it's out of range
Yeah,
there.
it's out of range. Yeah, because it's around. It's behind the thing. Anyways,
Yeah,
guys, sorry. Yeah, there's just not
you're
there's not enough room to be able to show you it. But if you look at that shot, to the right of that is where the main bay is, and the door has been open all day. Is literally been open all day. Um,
Let me check the status of the door.
yeah. Take a
The
look.
host has been kind enough to provide binoculars.
Yeah. So, and those are really good binoculars
They are
too.
good. Okay,
So
I gotta find
is
it.
the door still open?
The door is closed. Now,
Really?
just the fact that I can sit here and look right over there, my God,
Yeah,
the
it's
door's
pretty cool.
closed. It is closed.
So you could probably look at Lab Padre or NSF, their live feed,
Yeah,
and you'll be able to see it yourself. Um, and so what's really interesting is that door has been open all day long, and we thought that we would see either Ship 38 that's been sitting outside, right?
get pulled in.
Get pulled in,
Right.
or like a Ship 37 being pulled out, but we knew it couldn't be 37 being pulled out because they have a
No.
lot of work to do
Yeah,
still. They
there's
got
there's
like,
days.
yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot still to do. So what is going on? What were they doing? I don't know. We didn't see anything come in and out. Maybe one of you guys know. Maybe you've been listening. It's been a long day
Well,
for us over here.
it certainly wasn't because there was a nice breeze outside. I'll tell you that one.
The
Yeah.
humidity is like 98%. It's like 2% before it just rains. And it's been like what, 98 degrees?
No, well, I mean, it feels like
Yeah,
with the dew point humidity up that high.
it's got to be more than that.
Um,
Probably feel like.
but yeah, I'm from Phoenix, so it's usually a dry heat unless monsoon kicks in. Joe's from Florida,
Yeah,
grew up 56 years in Florida, and is saying that the heat and humidity here in South Texas is worse than Florida.
it's pretty
So
damn
good
bad.
Lord,
Yeah, yeah.
I will not
Florida's
be
bad.
moving here.
Florida's bad, but this is badder. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I'm going to look at some of these comments. Once again, if you have a question, put in at JCristina. I'll let you take the floor. Throw whatever you want out there. Let me just see if I can find any questions in here, and you can do the same thing. Let's see. Moving up to the top, what do we have? How is the food? George says. The food. If you want to know about the food at Margaritaville, because we stayed there. Now we're in a condo. The food at Margaritaville is a no go. I would suggest if you're going to stay here and you're going to stay at that resort, find food elsewhere. It is not good. That's really about it. I don't want to get really too much more detailed into it, but find another place. There is a lot of places in town. If you leave Margaritaville, you hang a right, go straight north.
The pizza. I can't remember the name of the restaurant. Do you?
I do not. Sadly. Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of good Mexican food. There's Italian food that we went to go last night to, and the meatballs were every bit as good. Actually, the meatballs were better than the meatballs that I had in Italy a couple of weeks back when I was in Rome, Florence and Sicily, and yeah, so that makes that just to give you an idea. That's how good it was. It was
Yeah.
really,
I
really good.
mean, our
Fresh.
waiter, shout out to CJ if you're listening. Very polite young man.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, Joe didn't want, what was it, butter on your,
Yeah, I
yeah,
know
I mean,
stuff.
they went out of their way and everything was absolutely delicious. I wish I had the name of it, but it's pretty much the closest pizza place to Margaritaville, just up the
Yeah,
street.
just right up the street. They're just north of here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dutch Linux says, here's a question. Can you eat Chinese with the Mechazilla chopsticks? I don't see why not.
They might
It'd
be
be
a
thick
little
noodles.
heavy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there'd be some big ass noodles, but
Yeah.
yeah,
And on
probably
a
good.
side note, they were down almost all the way, or probably as far as they go down. And then when we first got there, we're on the beach looking up, and we see these things at the top, and I'm like, Joe, are those people?
People.
And so, he got his torpedo out, or actually, no, you didn't, because we'll have to explain that part of
Yes.
it too in a
Yes.
minute. Remind us. Okay. And it ended up being not people, but like some type of pulleys or something.
No, no, it was
What was
like
it? Oh,
cans.
lights. They were
Yeah,
can
they
lights of
were
some
like
type.
massive can lights or massive lenses.
Yeah, couldn't figure out what they were.
So they're either lights or lenses that they're at the tippy top, and there's about six or eight of them or something. So what they are, I'm not sure. I'm
Yeah,
gonna probably guess that they're lights.
but it wasn't guys eating lunch.
There wasn't guys eating lunch, and they were all the way up there at the
But
tippy
so
top.
that the tower itself is, yes, it's that gives you because we weren't that far from it. That's how high it was. I could not make out what it was at the top of the tower. If that helps you out.
Yeah. Mo says hello to his
Yes,
union brother.
and I went
Actually,
like this earlier, Mo. That was to you. And I do want to. There's a couple of things in here that need to be
Peter Benson,
mentioned.
thank you for being here. Appreciate
Yes.
you.
Hey, Peter. And speaking of Peter with his 50 memberships, 24 months Peter's been with you.
24 months,
24 months.
2 years. Thank
And
you. Thank you for being
George
here.
Ordway, member for 5 months.
Sweet.
And that was a 5x5 on our audio. That's how far we are behind. Um, Welcome, Drone Okie. Welcome to the premium subscription.
Thank you for that. Really appreciate that.
Let's see what else.
Oh,
I
also,
find
path to Maine. Yes, I will have a hoodie that has the logo on it, our megabit, and most likely on the back will be the IFTX because I think that it's just cool to have IFTX because it has to do with X, and it is going to be just. I think it's going to be a very memorable flight. I have a feeling that
either good or bad.
no,
You.
no, it's true.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
good or bad, but memorable. And I
yeah.
really do think that this time, I feel like they're slowing down because they recognize
Mm.
that IFT 7 blew up 6 to 8 minutes. IFT 8 blew up 6 to 8 minutes. IFT 9 blew up 6 to 8 minutes. They don't want IFT 10, or as I call it, IFTX, to blow up in 6 to 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And since it's still, all of those are block two, and they have the block two curse on them, which obviously there is a curse on block two, they don't want to see it
Maybe
happen.
you need a Bring On Block 3 t-shirt.
Yes.
I don't know.
The like discard block two, bring on block three, or
Something.
just simply go back to block one and do iterations off that and shrink it up a little bit.
And I think they should, Ship 38 sitting over there waiting for its turn. I say stick it in a museum. They're going to be building some facilities out there. Save it as a souvenir,
That's
something.
true. That's true.
Somebody gave us the answer. So Phil rose a leak. The distance from the center of the launch pad to the closest tank is 200 feet.
There you go.
Yes.
200 feet.
So
That
that
is
means we were
nothing.
way further away from the beach. Our
Mm,
measurements are, well, you were using
no.
yards, right?
Yeah,
You were
yeah.
saying yards.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I said
Yeah.
like 100, yards.
Phil converted his yards
Yeah.
to feet.
Well,
I
that's
I don't
400,
know.
like a football field and a half would be 450 feet. So, a
Okay.
football field would be right 300 feet, right?
Okay.
So it'd be,
Okay.
100 yards, 300 feet, somewhere right around there. So, yeah, I mean, there you go. What did you say? What did you say? 200, 200
He says that it is 200 feet.
200
Yeah.
feet. Just think about that. 200 feet is nothing to literally have storage of these tank, and there's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah.
Like, so the flames that come out of 33 Raptor engines that pour, that just shows that deluge system. Once again, 600,000 gallons of potable water. Matter of fact, drinking water, because of course you have the fish and wildlife people saying, "Oh God, you're going to contaminate the water," and Elon's like, "No, we're not, because you can drink it if you want." Because we're using drinking water. We're not even using like some other type of like nasty water. We're using drinking water. So, yeah,
Now that would be an interesting marketing idea.
right? Just drink the water.
Starship bottled water.
Starship bottled water.
I don't know. I'd buy
It
it
says deluge.
for a souvenir.
Yeah, just like a
Yeah. Deluge. Yep. Yep.
deluge water. I kind of like that. I don't see why not. But yeah, so once again, I will have a hoodie that has Megabit on it. I love my little guy, Megabit. So yeah, we're gonna do some more merch with Megabit. He's gonna be on a lot of different things coming forward. Peter Madsen says, question: a bit lag, but good now. Okay, good. Yeah, we might have lag. Remember, we are broadcasting with, as you can see, the mini cam right to the side of us. I guess it would be that way, or I guess this way on the TV. So yeah, so that is the mini. Yeah, so it'd be like over here is where it'd be like if you look at it. Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, that is weird, isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So the mini has been doing really well. Let's give a little preview of the mini, and then I'll do a full review
Yeah.
coming up in a future video. Um, Shannon brought a mini, and the mini did phenomenally on the way. The
Yes.
20-hour trip, basically, going from Arizona to here, did phenomenally. The mini on the balcony, not so hot. And I'm going to get into that a little bit in a video that will be coming up probably when I get back to the studio in a couple of days, and we'll talk about it because I think it's important because there's a lot of people that want to do like what we're doing right now. We're using this mini to broadcast, and it works fantastic if you know where to place it.
Yeah.
Placement is absolutely everything. And the my personal opinion is placement is important today. Placement will not be important tomorrow. As there's more and more satellites, placement will not be as big of an issue. Remember this, 4 years ago, when I started this, there was 112,000 of us. Now there's like 8 million or something. I don't know, 6 million, 8 million. I don't know. There's 6 million,
Yeah, I think so.
6 million people or more now, probably like six and a half. I don't know. Let's just call it 6 million people worldwide that have SpaceX Starlink, right? We started beta with 112,000. Okay. At that time, just a couple of weeks in there, a couple of months maybe in there, I made a statement. I said, when we see the skies filled with these satellites, we will no longer have to worry about pointing the dish in a specific direction. At the time when we first started, my dish, because it was a generation two that was fully articulating, okay, it had the motor built into it. So SpaceX Starlink would change the orientation of my Starlink dish by themselves. They would just change it. They would send a patch, and all of a sudden I would look at it, and all of a sudden it would start turning and it would point a different direction. When I first started, the dish was pointing almost due north. It was like due north, slightly east. All right. Then it went a little bit more east. So it was like north, northeast. Then it went northeast. Then it went east, northeast. And then finally, it is literally almost due east. And I looked it up and I did some research and I found out that being so close to the water, pointing east made sense because I was capturing satellites that were over the water that weren't being used. So everyone that is on the coast, like for example, if you are on the west coast, you might see your dish pointing west over the water. Why? Because there are satellites not being used that are over there. There's no reason to use the ones that are overhead that people inland could be using instead. So long story short, going forward, right now there's, let's call it what, six, 8,000 satellite. Yeah, I think it's like
And
8,200,
yeah, it's over 8,000.
over
Yeah, yeah.
8,000 satellites. When that number goes to 16,000, the number of satellites at any given time, when you go and look up, let's say, maybe there's five above you. There'll be 10 or there'll be 20. So at that point, like I said at the very beginning, where you don't have to aim it, I said eventually you'll be able to aim it straight up and get a signal. Well, that's what happens with minis on the top of a truck. You point it straight up. It doesn't have to point in any direction, north, south, east, and west, and you're getting enough of satellites coming into it. And that is exactly what will end up happening in the future.
Yeah.
So,
At no point in the trip, besides my powering issue that I had, that was my own fault. Did I ever notice that I had lost any coverage? So, and that thing is pretty much flat. It's got a little bit of an angle to it, almost like the kickstand. If any of you've seen a picture of that, um, I mean, it was flawless from Phoenix, Arizona, all the way to San Antonio. And then for some reason, I was dumb and said I don't need it from San Antonio down to South Padre because it was a shorter drive. And here we are about halfway, and there's no self service out there. So we pull over in a rest area, stick it up there, fires right up. So I ran speed tests along the way in different parts. Just no problems at all. And that just goes to Joe's point. There are so many satellites out there, and like Joe said, he's gonna cover this a little more in another video. That just being flat, because and I've talked about this before. We're putting them on top of race cars, off-road vehicles and stuff like that. So, and I was going 80 something miles per hour,
no problem.
no problem at all. So we are. I don't want to get too far into this, but let's just say that you mix in where we are in the country. along with our balcony situation. So our views are somewhat limited off of the balcony,
Hmm.
and it makes it pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And I'll just leave it there.
Matter of
Joe,
fact, while I'm going to
yes,
say a couple of things with some questions here. Do a quick speed test,
I'm gonna try.
just to see. You know, who knows?
I bumped it, guys.
Oh, okay.
We'll see.
George Ordway says, mention the Apple II lunar lander game. Yes, Apple II lunar lander game. I remember I had an Apple II. I had a Franklin Ace 1000. I had Apple II Plus, and then we moved in from there into other computers. But yeah, I remember playing lunar lander, and I remember reading about Elon Musk playing lunar lander. He wrote a video game, right? So when you look at lunar lander and you look at the hopper, I swear it's the same damn thing, but realized. So, as a kid, I'm sure he played and just a shit ton of Lunar Lander. And now he's like, let's see if we can make this happen for real. And he did. He's just a smart guy. And he has smart people working for him. I know he's very polarizing, just like the president and just like a lot of other people. Some people like him and some people don't, and I get it. But it's hard to say that he's stupid, right? He's a very smart guy. So there you go. We have currently we're broadcasting, and you're not gonna be able to see it, I don't think, but I'm just gonna hold it up. So 166 megabits down and 15.6 megabits up, and that is this right here, that Starlink Mini right there. Once again, 166 down by 15.6 up.
And
So
it is almost facing due east, so
yeah,
it is going right over the Gulf of America. And like I said, I guessed it kind of got bumped, and then I just kind of guessed based on what we've been doing this weekend, and my guess was right on the money.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's still getting, you know,
You
it's
got
still
some
getting
fast
signal.
speeds too. You've seen
Yeah, there was some good tests. Yeah,
yeah
2.5.
200,
Yeah,
two
yeah, yeah,
fifty.
yeah,
I mean that's amazing if you
yeah.
think about it. Because remember too, the Mini is the Mini. It's smaller. It's supposed to be rated for 100 megabits. Remember, I was reading originally, it was like 100 megabits by like 10, 15 up or something.
Something like that.
But it's not true, guys. It is not true. This thing, well, there you go.
Maybe they didn't want high expectations.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's better to
yeah,
just have the lower expectations and just let's not commit to something that and then they
sure,
just can't produce it. So,
sure.
but anyways, yeah. So that's 166. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Just sitting there, and you just threw it there. You didn't even do an alignment.
No, didn't want it. Just said, this looks good. And that was it.
You can't beat that. Once again, if you guys have a question, put at JCristina. This way, it's like orange, and it pops up, and I can see it. Once it makes it much easier. Let's see. As an audio engineer, I would report in. Oh God, here we go. To the sound booth. To then, in case they need help, went to a concert and let them know half audience was outside watching a SSL. They restarted. Wow. See, well, as an audio engineer, then you probably also know that we currently only have one mic set to Omni, because the labs that we had, I was rushing last minute to try to get them. Everything was set up, and I'm like, holy shit, there's no audio. And I was running around, and I had some wireless labs. I couldn't get them to connect. I'm like, hell, guess what? There you go. Omni, boom, we're done. So that just makes it a lot easier. So let me see who else we got. Dominic says, "What's up?" Let's
So now,
see. What's up? What's up? It's batter for sure. Move to PA. Oh my God. Yes. PA. Can you get Chinese with the Mexilla chat? That was from before. That's from Dutch Linux. We have the gigabit. We already read that one. While in SPI, be sure to eat at. So I don't even know this place here. Natuco's and other is Mahi Nix. Okay. All right. We'll have to look. So just so you guys know, um, we were going to be here until this thing launched. But as of today, we found out that it's really pushed back. It's pushed back a bit. Um, the time frame is probably more like the 14th to like the 20th. I'm gonna guess at this point.
However, we did hear a rumor this morning that there might be an issue. So, in addition to what they had, or
Right.
I guess just kind of spread up. So
They might
it's
have to
hard.
retest.
Yeah, they might have to retest this out. We don't know what it is. Well, I don't want to speculate.
Yeah.
Joe, the smart one here, doesn't want to speculate.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to say a date. I don't
Yeah.
know why Elon said the fourth anyway.
Yeah, well, he didn't say the fourth. What he said, it was 3 weeks after that specific time, and then we calculated the fourth. So that was how it
Okay,
worked out.
okay,
But he says things sometimes that says a certain date, and then it just that
yeah,
doesn't happen. I've seen it be where he says a date and then it actually comes quicker. But then I would say the more, let's say the majority of the time, it's always after.
okay,
So we kind of knew that it was going to not be the fourth, but we were going to be here on the fourth anyways, and we figured we'd stay the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, the ninth, the 10th, maybe even the 11th. And now that we know that it's not going to be until probably the 14th, 15th, maybe the 20th, we decided to pack it in early instead of just hanging out basically, and waiting, and we'll come back. That's basically it. And we decided that we're going to come back when it is not as hot as Satan's armpit.
that's a good description.
It is about that, but more, even more humid though.
Yeah,
So
I mean, give us a March, April launch. Give us an October, November
yeah,
launch. Something.
yeah. So then we'll
Um,
probably come back at that time.
yeah, it's
That
just not enjoyable to be outside at all.
is really really hot. It is. It is not. Yeah, it's not even like normal hot. It
Yeah.
is just obscenely hot. Here's a question: what is it in meters? Peter Madsen, what is it in meters? What were you referring to? And we'll do a meter calculation conversion.
Maybe he's talking about the distance
Distance,
between the tanks and the launch pad.
distance
So
tank
it
to
would be
launch pad. So
200 feet
yes, I
to.
mean it would probably be like about if you did it in meters, 1.5. It, let's just call it 100, just to make it like super simple. Within 100, let's say. If you're going to look, like the OLM, like where I was standing, it's probably like 100 meters, somewhere around there. It wasn't. It's so close. So I mean, it's crazy how close we were.
You know what? I'm gonna get in trouble. You
Yeah.
know why?
What's that?
Shout out to my beautiful wife, Sandra. I love you, baby. She's
There you go.
watching.
Is she watching?
Somewhere she didn't want to disturb us. So
Oh, okay.
yes,
All
yes, yes,
right.
yes.
Yes, yes. She's the one that made the fireside.
She made the fireside.
Thank you for the
I finished.
fireside.
Mine's gone.
Is it? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
he talks a lot.
I'm talking. I'm sipping. Let me see. Once again, any questions, put in at JCristina, at JCristina. You can look on yours too.
Let's see here.
Let's see down here. What do we have here? I have to ask. This is from Phil. What is the average speed of the internet over there on your side of the pond? No satellite connection. No satellite connection. Okay, so
60.96 meters. Thank you, Phil Rose.
60.9. There you go. So the average speed, do you want to know the average speed for internet in general for us here in America in comparison to you guys over there in Europe? Um, or when you're talking about SpaceX Starlink. SpaceX Starlink is actually faster in Europe than it is here. Um, and I think that it has to do with the the populace, the number of people using it. And so the speeds are definitely quicker in Europe. So if that helps. What the speeds are over there compared to here, I don't know. What I am currently getting, just so you get an idea, at the studio, I have a Generation 2, the older one, fully articulating. It changes as it will. It doesn't matter. It just does it by itself. It's sitting on the roof, and there's no obstructions at all. And we're currently getting about 270 to about 330 down, which is exceptional. And then our upload speed is anywhere from about 15 to about 25, 28 megabits up, with really good latency. The latency that I get is anywhere from about 15 to about 22 milliseconds. I know a lot of people are seeing about 30 milliseconds, 40 milliseconds, but
Depends on where you're at, I
where you're
think.
at, and
Yeah.
then it also it depends on how far away you are from a ground station and how far away you are from a pop or a point of presence. That makes a big difference. I used to go through Atlanta, Georgia for my pop. Ground station remained the same; it was really close to me, but they changed my pop to, instead of 700 miles away in Atlanta, Georgia, they changed my pop to 70 miles away in Miami. And when they did that, my my speeds went up and my latency dropped like in half. My latency was like about 35, 40. After they made that switch, when we first tested it, I literally saw latency, the fastest latency was 14.5 milliseconds, which is obscene. I mean, that's like cable speeds. I mean, 14.5 millisecond latency. Now it's up to like 20, somewhere on there, 18, 22, somewhere on there, which is fine because there's a lot more people.
And you guys, when you're really not going to notice any service degradation with that kind of latency. It's
No,
not really a big
no,
deal.
no.
Once you start getting into the 50s and
60,
60s, yeah, yeah.
700. Just to give you an idea of the difference between latency, Viasat and HughesNet.
Oh yeah,
Viasat and HughesNet, that's what a lot of us in the rural communities used to use,
yeah.
right? And Viasat and HughesNet are geostationary satellites, right? So that means that they are sitting at about 36,000 kilometers compared to SpaceX Starlink satellites sitting at 530 kilometers. So 530 compared to 36,000. Okay, big difference. So when we see latency here, then I'm telling you like 15, 14, 20, 25 milliseconds. With Viasat or HughesNet, the latency was like 800, 1,000,
I thought it was only like 200. I was wrong.
1,200 milliseconds. You're talking about a second of latency. You cannot game. You cannot have conference calls. When people look at you, you're not synced. You're a hot mess. You look sometimes like a Minecraft character, all blocked out.
Yeah,
I mean, it's horrible. And that's what we had to suffer with. And Viasat and HughesNet used to screw us with high bills, very, very expensive, and then a specific amount of data. They would cap it, and then they would charge you extra. They only give you so much. And then now they're like, please use us. We are giving you unlimited.
yes.
What can we do for you? Is there anything? We will buy you pizzas every Friday
No,
night,
thank
and
you.
everyone is leaving. So they literally like half the people have left in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Half. You take it their base. Let's say if 1 million people have went down to 500,000. Just to give you an idea, it just literally half. And the same thing happened with DirecTV and Dish Network.
They didn't want to innovate.
No. So
Asleep at the wheel.
yeah, that's it. What do you got there? Anything?
Yeah, my battery's down to 15%.
Excellent. That's okay.
Yeah.
You're doing good.
Yes.
That's good.
No,
Uh,
there's so much. It's I like I mentioned the last time I was on. It's really difficult to have a conversation and watch the chat at the same time.
oh
So
yeah,
I apologize.
I love it
Um,
because you know my pain. You could feel my pain. Once again, please put an at JCristina. Anything that you want us to see like immediately, please put at JCristina. This way it pops up. If not, it's going to be hard to see. Let's see. Valo says, what speed tests you use and trust when you talk about the up and down time, basically. Ukala, give every time different and depending on the okay. So okay. So when you do a speed test with the same server. A lot of people don't do that. They don't realize that it's important, and it's very important. So if you use Ukala, but don't allow it to pick the server. You go in there and then you select the server. Even if it's not the fastest server, just select the same one over and over and over, and you will be able to then get an idea of what your speeds are. But if you keep on selecting different servers, you don't know if it's a speed problem due to SpaceX and their satellites, or if it's a problem between the server that you're using and the number of hops of latency that you are getting from hop to hop to hop because you're so far away. So, bottom line is use the same server. If you're using fast.com, for example, or something like that. You cannot select the server, so you're at their mercy. They select the fastest server that they have available for you when you initiate that test, meaning that that server is going to change from time to time based on how congested the different servers are. So they might not be the closest to you, it's just the least congested. So what you want to make sure you do, that's why I really like Ookla, because they give you the ability to not just do a speed test, but do a speed test using a specific server. Very, very important. Use the same server over and over and over and over, and then gauge it over the course of a couple of days, couple of hours, however you want to do it, and you'll get more consistency and you'll know about what you should be getting, let's just say. So hopefully that helps. But Ookla is good. It's not bad. If you don't know where Ookla is or what it is, go to speedtest.net. Once again, speedtest.net. And my suggestion to you is if you're going to use Ookla and use speedtest.net, don't do it through Wi-Fi. Stop. Do it through a hard line. All right. Connect to your router, connect to SpaceX Starlink, and do a speed test. Too many people do speed tests through their phone and they find that it's slow and they don't know why it's slow. It's because the connection is slow. You're introducing another fault point. And that fault point could simply be the connection between your phone and that router. Remember, the older SpaceX routers are the Wi-Fi 5 routers that are slower than Wi-Fi 6 or Wi-Fi 6E or Wi-Fi 7. Keep that in mind. All right. So don't use Wi-Fi.
Um, Phil Rosa, our mathematician,
Yes. Thank you, Phil.
he says, and I'm jealous. Here in Portugal, I'm getting download speeds of 865 and uploads of 103 with a ping speed of 17 milliseconds.
All right.
Just taken now. Now, are with Starlink?
No, that's fiber.
Okay,
That's
I was gonna
cable.
say
That's going to be cable.
you'd be buddies with Elon.
So that is an asynchronous connection through either cable or fiber. Um, for me, for example, I have SpaceX Starlink, I have T-Mobile, and I also have fiber. Never had fiber before, but they finally ran it. Why do they run it? Just like I did a video, I talked to you guys about it, is because they're scared. And they know that Elon Musk is coming. And now they are taking over a lot of the rural communities, and they're finally now pushing out the fiber like they should have done when they said that they were going to do it, when they took the subsidies from the government and didn't do shit. Anyways,
Phil says
yeah,
cable.
is a cable. That makes sense, and it's asynchronous. So mine is asynchronous. It's a balanced 1,000 by 1,000. So I have 1,000 up and 1,000 down. Then I have T-Mobile home getting about 300 down by about like 50, 40 up. And then we have SpaceX Starlink. Like I told you guys, we're getting close to like 250 to 320 down by like 20, 18, 25, 28 up, somewhere around there. And I have them all bonded together into one Raspberry Pi, and I use that as my router. I don't buy a router from anybody, and I do all of my failover and fallback. So I can be going live, and it doesn't really matter if Starlink goes down. Doesn't matter if fiber goes down. You see, people say, "Oh, you got fiber. Why don't you just get rid of SpaceX Starlink? Why don't you get rid of T-Mobile?" No, that's not how it works. One is none. Two is one. And being in the army, anyone that's in the military, anyone that's in the Navy, anyone's in space, anyone that's in any type of aviation, they know you don't have one of anything. You always have redundancy. So for me, I don't really need three, but I like three because I know I'll never be down.
I'm trying to count how many I got. So I got fiber. I've got my Starlink backing that up. I've got two of those T-Mobile home things. I've got a Gen 2 for my product trailer, my vending trailer. And I got the mini.
and the mini. So you got five altogether.
Fine. Yeah.
And there you go. So you're not going to be without
No,
internet ever.
no.
And you could be literally on a desert somewhere on a Baja run,
Get
and you have
yeah.
internet.
To be honest with you, the reason why I still have those two T-Mobile homes, I'm grandfathered,
Yeah,
yeah,
grandfather. Yeah, yeah,
it's hard for me to get rid of
yeah.
them.
So at that point, why get rid of it? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Backups,
yeah.
redundancy.
Redundancy,
Yeah.
exactly. Once again, guys, if you have any kind of questions, put them in there. Let me go and flip over so you guys can see. Let me.
Somebody gave some free membership.
What is going on here? Free memberships from Shannon.
Who's
Say thank you
who's
to
Shannon?
Shannon.
That's me.
He's got, there's 20 free memberships that
You're
just
welcome.
came through.
You're welcome. And then Mo's like that. I didn't set him up for it. I actually went like this, so you missed it.
Oh,
So if this ever happens again, and I'm live with Joe, when you see me do this, that's an indication
of an
it's an
explosion?
explosion, which means Shannon bomb. Okay, you can rewind and find it. I want you to rewind and find it after the video.
Nice.
Also, please like, subscribe, and share
That would be awesome.
this video to help the channel grow. It's been an absolute pleasure meeting Joe. He is the most down to earth guy. I knew he was gonna be. And it's really cool to be here. It's really cool getting to talk to him in person. And he's a great guy and he works very hard to bring you guys some great content. So share the love.
I
Share
appreciate
the
that.
love of the channel.
Thank
So
you. Thank you
yeah.
for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, I try. I mean, that's it. I mean, we've been doing
Hard.
this. Yeah. We've been doing this for 4 years now. And still trucking along. I'm really enjoying it. You always have people that are like the naysayers, like, you're like, the Musk fanboy type of thing, and
Sure.
and you guys know, if you've been with me for a while, you know that I try to be as unbiased as possible. And if something goes south and it's not right, I'm going to tell you. I talked to you guys about DTC, and I did the mea culpa, right? I said that it was really, really great. And, I had an amazing experience with DTC, or direct to cell, if you don't know what that is, basically connecting to a satellite with your phone. I had an amazing experience during Hurricane Helene. And that pushed me to tell you guys how great it was. And it really is great. But the problem is, it is great in certain areas and absolutely abysmal in others. And when I went hiking, let's say, in Montana as well as Wyoming, we went to Yellowstone and all the rest. We got zero DTC coverage. It kept on going over and over and over to Apple's junk, their global star. And if I was in a true emergency situation, I would not, I would feel, you do not want to rely on Apple's Global Star. Will it work? Yes, but it is freaking junk. It is horrible. It does this thing. It's like, yes, look to the left, to the right. Wait, hold it there. Don't move. You moved a little bit to the right. Hold it there. Hold it there. We're locked in. Send your message now. You send it, and I sent Fabiola a message, and
I'm
she
not Fabiola.
that's I sent my wife a message. Sitting co-pilot next to me while we were sitting in a hour, we were stuck for an hour getting to Big Sky, and it got to her like in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So what the hell is that? If there was some type of emergency, I mean, at least it got to her. All right. Kudos to Apple with their global star, but that's not what Elon is promoting here.
All right.
Elon is promoting DTC, direct to cell, and not only are you doing SMS, but as of now, if you're on an Android phone, like Shannon is, not me, if you're on an Android phone, you're also getting MMS, meaning that you can send images
Yeah,
and
you stole
audio.
my thunder.
What happened?
You stole my thunder
Oh,
right now.
go ahead.
I was trying to
Did
say
you try that? Does
the
it work?
solution is to buy an Android.
And there you have it.
And there you have it.
So the solution is to buy an Android, guy. Buy an Android. We're on Apple and we're waiting for them to get it together. But
That's what she said.
that's what she said. And I think that Apple will get it together eventually. But I mean, I don't know. I don't want to get into the woods when it comes to Apple and how when Jobs finally left permanently,
Yeah.
not the company but the earth, things just
Not downhill, hill,
ain't
just
no down.
maybe a 1% grade.
It's a grade. It's definitely a grade. When it was like a grade up
Yeah.
like this, it's like a grade down
Yeah.
slowly. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not fantastic.
Ask me why I'm a big Android fan.
So Shannon, why do you enjoy using Android over iPhone?
Well, Joe, it's funny you ask.
Please tell me.
I'm a tinkerer. Can you
Did you
tinker?
say tinkler?
Tink tinkerer.
Tinkerer. Yes.
I like to have total control of my phone and
Right.
put on whatever the hell I want.
Okay.
Can you do that with an iPhone?
Can't do that.
And
Can't do
that's
that.
why I use Android.
Right. And
And
the Apple people will say, well, the point is I don't want to do anything with my iPhone. I just need it to work when I need
no,
it to work.
they hit a dead end
And
there.
it doesn't work
It
that
didn't
way.
work. He needed it to work, and it did not work.
And it didn't work. Yeah.
Would it have worked with the Android?
I wish I had an Android to test it.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I was in Big Sky and we literally went and at 2 hours into Wyoming to Yellowstone, and there was no zero DTC anywhere. So that's my experience with it. So like I said, I will tell you the truth. So the things that you hear on this channel, I read everything and then I give you my commentary on it, but I really try to be as unbiased as possible. I'm not an Elon fanboy, but I am a fan. I mean that is the truth. I am a fan. I think what he does is absolutely amazing. There's no one else on the planet that's doing anything similar, not even close. I mean, literally not even close. But in the last 6 months, they've really been having a hard time of it. And if you talk to any fan of Elon's, right, as of right now, that is a Starlink and a Starship, especially fan, they're saying that listen, there's been it's been a down period right now. You have IFT 7 blowing up, 8 blowing up, 9 blowing up, and then you have IFT 10 when they were doing the testing of the ship 36. It literally blew up before they even ignited the damn thing. So there's been problem after problem after problem, and that's why we were saying together that we think that this is going to take longer to launch this time than
Anybody care to guess the date? If you think you know which date, whether it's August, whether it's September,
yeah.
that IFT 10 is actually going to launch, put it in chat.
Put in the chat. Yeah, when do you think it's going to launch?
Now
Or
we got a little battle going on in here.
there's a
In
battle.
Android, the Android.
Oh God,
versus
Android.
iOS. Yeah.
Oh Jesus. Oh God, it's like Android versus iOS. Or wait. The other one is Mac versus PC, and then also Linux now. I didn't realize this, but Linux is up to, I think it's 10 or 15%.
Wow.
It's really close, getting close to Apple numbers.
Right.
Apple has popped up a lot. And the reason they popped up a lot is because of their ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
So people will get an iPad, they'll get their watch, their Apple phone,
Sure.
and they're like, yeah, why don't we try and a MacBook Air instead of the cheaper one, just to try it out. So
Right.
there's a lot more people using Apple than they used to.
So they're
So
installing Linux onto their MacBook.
no, they're still installing Linux on their PC.
So
But yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of people using Linux now that they
my
weren't using before.
my understanding of Mac over the years, at least this was early on, is that they're really good for graphics. So a lot of the graphic designers and stuff are CAD people,
Right.
because they were really powerful. So has that kind of been, I know we're getting away from this Starbase and Starlink and stuff, but I mean, is that kind of sum it up a little bit?
Yeah, so I used Apple since Apple II Plus,
Mm-hmm.
Apple II, Apple IIe, right? I used to code in machine language, in assembly code, EPROMs, and then burn the proms to put into the Apple. So,
Okay.
I go way back. So
Sure.
I am a fan of Apple,
Fanboy.
but fanboy. but I use PC, and I use now for the last year and a quarter, I use Linux. I have not turned on any Windows, anything, for over a year now. As a matter of fact, I need to do a video about that and tell you my latest stories with Linux. But anyway, so Apple was originally, like you said, it's very much so a graphic artist dream. And the reason being is they had all the tools that people loved. Like Final Cut was a really good professional package.
Mm-hmm.
And then what ended up happening was Adobe came out with their Premiere, and people started moving from Final Cut. When I say people, I'm talking about people like me, like DPs, editors, people that are doing movie production and whatnot. And they were moving into Premiere. But what was the odd man out, or the outlier, was DaVinci Resolve by Blackmagic. And it didn't matter if you use Premiere or if you use Final Cut to do the edit, you would always take your final product and move it into DaVinci Resolve to do your color grading. That is basically taking your raw images, your raw coloring, and then grade it to the mood that you want.
Sure.
Because it had all this, all the scopes. You, that's the place to do it.
And I'm assuming DaVinci only ran on Mac.
No, DaVinci ran on PC too,
Okay, okay, I got
right?
it. Okay,
They ran, but the thing was, DaVinci runs on PC, Mac, and Linux.
okay.
So now DaVinci Resolve is actually the NLE, or the non-linear editor of it, is so good that there's a lot of editors that are in the business, like me, doing, episodic TV or any type of editing, are now just going straight to DaVinci and not even using Final Cut or using Premiere completely at all. And what I've found out through my process is that DaVinci Resolve runs faster, better, more powerful on Linux than on Mac or PC. That being the case,
My
why not run it? Why not run it on Linux? And that's what I do.
Now, is that because Mac and Windows are full of bloat?
I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Linux is definitely a little bit tighter, and it's a little bit more secure. The kernels are just, it's a tighter thing. Whereas yes, PC is like this much bloat, Mac is this much bloat, and then you got Linux that's just a little bit. If you get some of the big distros like Ubuntu, some of the bigger distros, they have more bloat because they give you a lot more wares, a lot more software in there automatically. And the reason being is so you don't have to download them. So you could be stupid. You don't have to figure anything out. And you immediately have all of your Office packages. You have like GIMP, your photo editor. You have this, that, and the other thing. So it's a little bit more bloaty.
And Rewind.
Yes. And we won't talk about Time Shift.
Time Shift.
Time Shift, which he should have had
I
running, but
wish
he
I
didn't.
had Time Shift. I wish I had listened to Joe.
I told you, Time Shift was it, and yeah, so that's all right.
So can Da Vinci good enough to make me look skinny on the screen?
Yeah, why not? Absolutely, I don't see why not. We could do it. We'll So, anyways, guys, once again, put in at JCristina. We're talking here.
Oh,
Let's see.
yeah, there. We
Um,
worked hard to get the internet to work for audio and video, and here we are.
what's that? Who's that?
George.
George.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, we worked hard to get the internet to work for audio and video,
Mhm.
and here we are. I guess it's a statement, George.
Yes.
Let me see. Let me back up a little bit, see if I missed something, some more context. Apple. Yeah, see, they're still battling it out over there.
Don't battle over Apple.
Great hanging tinker.
What is this? Peter says again, who wants a half-eaten product? Not me. The Apple.
The path to Maine. I was living in Japan when iPhone was released, so my first one was after coming back to the States with the iPhone 4S.
Yeah, I remember the iPhone 4S.
You can install a Linux as a virtual environment with the El Capitan.
Okay.
I think he says.
Right.
And then Avid or Avid or
Yeah.
is still expensive for everyday people. Valio Jurgens.
Mhm.
I run Linux on my Earl 2009 27-inch Mac.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, you could do that.
and it. Oh, okay.
You
So
can run it on a
you
Mac.
can. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's still usable with big screen and good graphics.
Yeah.
Thank you. Mo chiming in again. Linux has a better RAM cache encoding to download.
Yes.
And then Mo, just still talking. Word of the day: automatically and Tinkerer, and you probably meant automagically, but
Automagically.
that iPhone fixed the spell check that for you. Peter Madsen, we can't even see it live without ads in it. American Greek. You know what? Joe and I have been talking about this whole ad thing for the
Oh
last couple
my
days.
God.
You know, guys, YouTube is a great platform. I love it. There's so much good content, but there's some bad content too. But I think that YouTube just doesn't know what the hell they're doing.
I think they've lost their way.
Yeah.
It really used to be about the content creators, and I think it's more now about squeezing every single dollar out. You know, so since this is, let's make believe that
Okay.
this is Free Speech Friday,
Sure.
and we're not sitting here with an OLM, and we're not sitting here right outside of Starbase.
All right. Yeah. If anybody asks, it's Friday.
It's
Ready?
it's Friday. Let's
Okay.
just say, um, I really do believe at this point that Apple is, excuse me, that YouTube is putting content out. In other words, offering it up to us to view based on the content that they make the greatest margin on. Do you guys follow that? So, how do we look at that? Right? So, I have looked up things and got videos for questions that asked, let's say, that were 8 years old, that are non monetized, as number one answers to my questions. Digging deeper, researching more, finding other answers that are actually more of an answer to my question. Once again, digging deeper myself in YouTube, monetized and fresh, 6 months old, 3 months old. Why would YouTube provide a video that is 8 years old, that's non monetized, that really doesn't answer my question correctly, but it kind of hints on it, when there is other brand new channels that are offering the exact answer that I'm looking for, but are not that are monetized. I mean, I think it's pretty easy to see what is going on. And I'm not even gonna say it live, but I think you guys can figure it out. It just feels like, matter of fact, I'm gonna say it. It just feels like what they're doing is they're offering up content that corresponds to their bottom line, that corresponds to what they're making the most revenue from. So if they are offering me let's say they're offering me $5 per 1,000, let's say, impressions or 1,000 views, and they're offering you $1 for the same 1,000, I have a feeling, a shitty feeling, that they will offer up your video, no matter if it's good, bad, or indifferent, over mine. I really do believe that. And I think it's a sad, sad state of affairs. I do not have obviously evidence thereof. I think that if anyone out there does end up finding evidence of this being truth, I think that there will end up being a class action lawsuit. That's my personal opinion.
Quite possibly.
Is that going to happen? Probably not.
Probably not.
Now, the other side of the coin, because I always like to provide both sides. Google, Alphabet, the owners, the beginners, the let's say the owner of YouTube, are offering us creators a place to be able to give you content and do it for free. Okay? You have to say thank you for that. There is a lot of time, a lot of effort, there's a lot of money that goes into these server farms, these massive clusters, to be able to get billions and billions of videos out there every single day. So there's a lot to it. But I just feel like they've lost their way. And I think it's less about us than it used to be. That's the only thing that I see that I don't like. But everything else, I'm very thankful for.
Yeah.
So you have to look at it on both
Right. I
sides.
mean, it's you don't want to bite the hand that feeds you
That's
kind of
true.
thing.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
So, yeah. So, Joe, some of these shorts you were telling,
Yeah.
yeah. So don't be surprised if you see Joe in a white T-shirt jumping up and down.
Yeah. With jellies on.
Yeah. It's all about a lot of that sexual content, which to me is it's not creative.
Yeah.
And here you have this gentleman right here, working his ass off, and may I use the word anal retentive?
You can.
I'll tell you what, this guy, he will not cut any corners in video production. Period. You should have seen him scrambling for this one. He wants perfection, and that's great. That's great. It really is. So he is working his ass off to bring you guys content. And it just kind of sickens me when you see other people getting rewarded for way less effort. Yeah, and it just sucks.
Yeah, it's
So
it's it's kind of weird
yeah,
to look at, and you're
yeah,
like, I don't get it.
yeah.
But it is what it is, and you just keep going forward and do what you do,
I'll
and
jump it
and
down.
that's it,
I'll jump
and
it.
bounce up and
Yeah,
down.
I'll do
I
it.
just one of the things, guys, I want you told me to let them know about this because I think it's important. Every time I put out a video, doesn't matter if it's a short or if it's a full length video, I get at least 5 to 10 sexually explicit messages. Now, the message is always nice, like, oh, I love your content. And the avatar is like a girl with like a naked ass,
Mhm.
that type of thing. And if you go and look at their avatar, let's say you go there, there'll be a link to like some pornography site or some shit. So they have targeted not just my channel, but thousands of others, that every time I put out content, I literally have to go in, and within, I would say, about a minute, maybe, excuse me, about a minute, there is about 5 to 10 of these people that I have to block. Block.
And I had no idea. He's doing this constantly after every video he posts. I learned this. He's having to go through and report each one to YouTube.
Yeah. And then
You know,
hide them from the
yeah,
channel.
and hiding from the channel.
And it doesn't matter because as I do that, as I report and hide 10 of them, they've already made another 100. So it doesn't matter. It's
Yeah,
literally like it's like the guy trying to stop like the dam from breaking, and he's putting a finger here and a toe over there, another finger. It doesn't really matter. It's gonna break. So I just find it very, very, very disgusting that YouTube does not use its algorithm that it uses for doing all the other crazy ass shit that it does to not look at the avatar and notice that it's the same ass in this avatar as 60 other avatars that have already been reported for sexual content and not block it without me having to do it. So,
it,
there's no other way to look at it, right? I don't know.
they can
They could.
program their system to identify bots and dump them,
Yeah.
but they don't. They
And they
choose
don't.
not to. And
Why?
the account gets banned. That these guys are probably generating 1,000 accounts a day, getting 1,000 accounts deleted, and it was. I remember it was kind of hard to sign up for YouTube.
Yeah.
But maybe put some limitations on new accounts or something. I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. I'm not smart enough. All I know is that and I asked Joe, and I said, well, don't comments help? So
I guess you
yeah, technically yeah, but he's got a conscience, and he doesn't want a bad reputation, so he doesn't want that content there. I tried to go.
and it looks bad.
Yeah,
It just it
it,
looks
it,
bad.
it does kind of look bad. I didn't want to click on one, but the I tried. I thought maybe if I reported it as a regular user, that it would take it away, and it doesn't. It still sits there.
No,
He's still got to go do it himself.
I have
So
to
even
every
as a
single.
as a moderator, thought, well, maybe a moderator could help him out, but
Yeah,
no.
no,
And I said, well, get the community to help you out, and then that's why I
no,
tried that, and it doesn't make a difference. It disappears for me. It doesn't disappear for everybody
right,
else.
right, right.
That kind of sucks.
It's
So
like a
just to let
band-aid.
you, just trying to let you know that he really cares about you guys. He really cares about the channel, and he really cares about putting out good content.
And if it goes through and you start seeing some of those things, just understand I just didn't have time for that specific video to go and remove these people. And you'll always see it the very first like 5 or 10 posts on any video. If any of that is there, then you know why, because I didn't get to it. So
Hey, Joe,
yeah,
are you ready?
yeah. Oh my God! I just did you just
That
kick
was a
me?
special request from Mo.
Thanks, Mo.
You guys wanted a kick, I gave you a kick.
Oh my God. So going back into SpaceX
What
and
do you
SpaceX
think of
Starlink.
investing in SpaceX via Republic?
What's that?
What do you think about investing in SpaceX via Republic?
I just I
Ryan Booth wants to know.
Yeah, I that was the only way really to do it. I just know that there's a lot of people out there that are not a fan
Yeah,
of Republic. And that being the case, I would have to say no. So
yeah,
I would wait for them to eventually go and IPO. If you want to wait, if you want to invest, you can invest in Tesla. You can invest in any other of his companies because they're all going to continue to grow. I don't care what anyone says. That's just the way it
hasn't
is.
Tesla split like 3 times or something
Yeah.
like
Well, how
that?
much is Tesla now? Like 300?
Uh, um,
I don't know, something
it's in the
crazy.
2 or 3.
Two
Yeah, I
something.
don't know. I can
It's
look it
it's
up for you.
up there.
It's up there. I'll tell you in a second.
I was gonna buy it when it was like 120, and I was stupid I didn't. And now it's probably like 100 over. So, but yeah, you can invest in Elon if you want to invest in Elon. What I tell people this, I'm not,
856.
what is it?
856.
For what?
Tesla.
No, it's not.
Dude,
What the frick?
856.
That doesn't even make sense.
There.
I'm stunned.
Should have
How's
bought sooner. No.
how is that even thing? Anyways, yeah, I'm stunned. But just so you guys know, this is what I always say too, is Tesla's not a car company. Tesla is a robotics company. This country, probably the entire world, will be inundated with robots, and they will be most likely Optimus robots. I really do believe that the majority of money that comes from Tesla will not be cars, it'll be robotics. It'll be robots in every home. This will be 30, 40 years from now, probably, maybe even sooner. It depends on how it moves. Could be 10 years. But I look at it as a robotics company. And the Tesla vehicle itself, I don't have one, is probably the smartest robot currently on the planet, fully autonomous, being able to get from one side of the country to another without causing any type of accident is an amazing feat. And then also just now seeing that there is the ability to have a Tesla drop you off fully autonomously, almost like an Uber would. That's just kind of crazy too. Having that ability.
Yeah. Is US robotics still in business?
I don't know. The modem company?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They were kind of big back
They
then,
were
weren't
big,
they?
yeah. I don't think they're around anymore. But anyways, guys, I think we're gonna call this. We've been on for a bit.
Yeah. I'm just
Um,
checking through to make sure we don't
yeah.
not miss anything here.
While you're looking through that, I just want to say, this time in uh, South Padre has been amazing. It's been amazing to see SpaceX up close, literally. What was it, 100 meters away? However you want to look at it, very close, and see everything firsthand. It gives us a new perspective on it. So when you watch it, you are like, I was there, and wow, I understand what's going on a lot better than when you just see it on TV. So I'm going to continue to cover it. Obviously, I'm going to have to do it from my desk and not here, sadly. But I have to say thank you to Shannon
Yeah.
because he has been just an amazing asset here. I mean, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here right now. And once again, thank you so much.
My
Thank you.
pleasure. My
And thank
pleasure.
you to your wife. It's just been an amazing time. It's just awesome to be able to hang out and see such stuff that, you normally wouldn't see. You see it online
Yeah.
and you kind of get an idea, but you don't have the full grasp of it. But being here, you kind of get a grasp.
Yeah.
So, thank you. Thank you.
A comment from George Ordway.
Yeah.
Interesting comment. I have no other streaming service. I spend the monthly to be YouTube Premium, no ads, and free movies and music.
Okay.
A lot of people, I have YouTube Premium because I can't stand the damn ads.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very aggravating. So
Right.
that's good, George. Um, Peter
And
said true, Shannon. So I'll just assume everything I said was true. So thank
yes.
you. And then the path to Maine, going back to the okay.
Yeah.
He's stating that those girls are 95% of my followers on X. Yes,
That's how it is too.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. I agree.
Uh, and then, of course, Fragile NM, I'm assuming New Mexico, right? Uh, Same for him. Um,
Thanks for being here, Frederick.
yeah, let's see here. Mo, those comments with inappropriate are only bots, but I can triangulate where it's coming from with the fancy tool I have after my hack situation.
Yes, you do that.
Sent you an email. I'm curious what that is.
Yes. I
Um,
see a big box exploding on the screen. What does that mean? Peter with 10 gifted memberships,
no.
guys. If you got a gifted membership from Peter, thank you. Say thank you to Peter. Thank you so much, Peter. Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Oh, there they are. Okay. Boston Dynamic. Yeah, thanks
Boston
for
Dynamics, yeah.
you. Thanks, Jens. You made second shift decent tonight. You're welcome, Path or May. I don't know. TPTM.
TPTM.
Does
Yes.
that mean anything?
Oh,
No, okay.
yes.
There's Peter with his 10. You want me to shout him out?
Yeah.
Let's see. Looks like memberships went out to Russ Crane, Shell Bell, Farrell Hodges.
Like,
Now I understand your struggle. Oh, this one's going to be tough. Peter Svensk.
wow.
Uh,
Good job. Good job.
this one's a cool one. Irrelevant old man. Kevin Warwick. Sorry, my apologies. Um, Bodie McBoatface. Gee, I wonder what you'd like to do in your free time. Uh, N for 8 p.m. Car 24, Crow Magnon, and then Mo says boom, boom, boom. So you guys who just got free memberships,
Say
thank
thank you to
Peter. Say
Peter.
thank you to Peter.
Well, guys,
Yeah, we're
thank
gonna wrap
you.
it up.
Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Appreciate it. Thank you to Shannon for everything that he does, Peter out there, everyone for all of the contributions. Don't forget to go over to that JCristina /shop. Pick up one of the shirts, right? Pick up one of the shirts. I will have that hoodie out there by the day after tomorrow, or maybe even tomorrow, probably the day after tomorrow. So look for that hoodie. A lot of people are looking for hoodies. We're getting into the season again, so I will have that out there, which will be the X
Not here.
IFT X. Not here. Holy hell! Not here. I mean, put a hoodie just to prevent the sun from cooking you.
Yeah,
So
I actually
anyway,
put sunscreen on this week.
yeah. So thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate all of you. We will see you back in the studio probably in a couple of days. And I will continue to put out some of the content that we captured here on the channel page, which is that community page, as well as Instagram going forward. And then I'll also have some shorts and some really short videos too for you guys to watch. So just keep updated with the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and do all those things. So thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you in the next one. We're out
Adios, guys.
from Starbase. Take care, guys. Peace.